feel that Ren Geyer I didn't know he was a listener here. And he knows your name.
Thanks for listening, Mr. Geyer, and next year I will have a Nerf gun.
All right. Bob, I like it. Should we take the next?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go ahead. Let's get the next. Let's take this caller right. All right, caller, you are on with the Dynasty Podcast team.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Eric. This is reigning Dynasty champion, Coach Chris Heaney.
Hey.
My question for you guys is, what material possession would you give up in exchange to have a Dynasty trophy in your name?
That's a great question. What material? I would give up a lot. I would.
Is it girlfriend material possession?
I think we should probably say what we wouldn't give up, because
I would give up a lot.
I wouldn't give up my daughters.
Me neither. I wouldn't give up Trista.
I wouldn't give up my wife.
You can't say I wouldn't give up my wife. I wouldn't give up my wife.
You're right. Well, what about your girlfriend? The fact that you're thinking about it, Bob. Wow.
I just want it so bad.
All right. Another thing is, I would not give up my autographed Ken Griffey Jr. ball. I would not. I don't think I would, actually. No, I wouldn't. I'm
trying to think of a sum of money, an extra sum of money that I would pay.
Yeah, how much would you pay? Like, would you basically break even from a cash standpoint?
I would lose money.
You would lose. So you would pay.
I would pay $750.
Wow. But that's not really a material.
No, I know. That's kind of cheating. I don't have.
What about your car? Would you give up your car?
No, I could, because my work is so close. But no, that's too much.
Okay.
But
so somewhere in between girlfriend and car.
My TV.
You would give up your TV?
I could give up my TV. That's just a good question.
It is a good question, Chris.
Especially for us.
That's why
we haven't won. And I would just there would be a lot I would give up just to get them off my back, and them being Coach Zach and Coach Chris.
Bob, hold me, Bubba.
I don't wanna.
And I also it's also the black mark on the Riverdale Scooper franchise.
Yeah.
Just no title.
Yeah.
Unbelievably winning, profitable, most
profitable
winning organization in the Dynasty. Just no title.
That's enough. We
move on.
We got some callers.
Great question, Chris.
Let's go ahead. Caller. You're on the air.
What's up, cocksuckers? This is a cyborg from the machine world. My question for you, Dick Watts, is this: how is the schedule determined each year to ensure fairness?
Wow.
Cyborg from the machine world.
So non-humans listen to this show.
That's
Bob.
great. That's great to hear. I'm glad.
This actually is educational, because it helps us realize who our listeners are too. So,
and I can actually take that question.
Yeah, this is actually a great question for you, because you kind of are in control of this. Go ahead.
I created.
We talked about this earlier, didn't we? There's a schedule.
We did. We mentioned it. I created an outline of the schedule. Team 1 plays Team 2 in week 1, and then
it's like a math.
1 plays 6 and 2 plays 5.
A math conundrum.
And so I used a schedule from before to kind of give the outline, and it took 1 or 2 tries. Excuse me, I just burped. But I finally got it down, so it worked out perfectly. And then what we do at the beginning of each year is we take, for example, Team 1 was Handy Quacks, and so next year Team 1 will be Handy Quacks, but it's a different schedule. So I change all. So in this was 2013. In 2014, the Dynasty 11, 1 would not play 2 in the first week. 1 would play 3 in the first week, for example.
So you're not playing the same team, you're not playing, the same team in week 2 every year.
Right.
It also, Bub, it ensures fairness from you're also playing, so the team that you play once in your division each year
rotates every 6 years.
So whoever you play once this year, you will not play again once until 5 years from now. Does that make sense?
Yes. That's perfect.
So I guess,
I mean, it's
pretty complex.
There's an algorithm. There's an algorithm, but it is completely fair. I know we had a little bit of a slight possible controversy, a couple years ago, but it is
a lot of Joe Bucking going on.
It is completely fixed, completely fair.
Trust us.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get the next caller. Caller, you are on the air.
Hi, love your show. This is colonoscopy from Beverly.
I got an ethical question for you. What do you do if you see an endangered animal eating an endangered plant?
Wow. So who was that? Bub, did you recognize who that was?
It was colonoscopy.
Okay. And what was the question again? Bub? It was...
What do you do if you see an endangered animal eating an endangered plant? I think that's a question for Coach Will, the ethics committee.
Yeah, that is we're gonna have to forward that over to Will.
Do you kill the animal or do you let it eat the endangered plant? How many endangered plants are there?
I didn't even know there was such thing as endangered plants.
I didn't think so. But I would imagine there are.
That's definitely an ethical thing.
And it also depends on what type of animal it is. If it's like a bear, if there's an endangered type of bear, I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
It can go ahead and eat that fucking plant.
But what if it was like a little tiny, like, chick,
endangered,
like a little bird?
Yeah.
Would you stop?
I would try to shoo it away.
I would try to shoo it away.
And then I would wait there for like an hour to make sure it didn't come back.
I wouldn't. I would just shoo it away, and then I would go among my way. And maybe I wouldn't even do that. I probably wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't know either are endangered. But if I somehow did know that, I would just continue on my way.
I would just say,
I'd be like, hey, nature wanted this to happen.
Darwin, bitch. You know, it's Darwin. That's what nature does. But anyway,
very deep.
Next caller, we have
we have a lot of callers.
Yeah,
Bob.
I like
great.
We actually have Coach Brutal. Coach Brutal on the line.
Mr. McDowell.
How we doing?
Good. And yourself?
Doing great.
We're doing
great,
good.
Thanks.
Do you have a question for the Dynasty Podcast team, my friend?
I sure do. Mine is football related, and I'd like both of your opinions on which team is better, the Denver Broncos this year or the 2007 Patriots. Go.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good question.
Try to be completely unbiased.
Which is hard, admittedly, very hard. But I'm going to say the Patriots. I think that was the greatest team that has ever been assembled. Granted, they obviously lost via an extremely fluky helmet catch, and Asante Samuel not being able to fucking catch the fucking ball right in his fucking hands. That was the worst loss in, not football, in all of sports history.
Wow.
Wasn't it? 17-0, you're on the cusp of... That's just not, a Super Bowl loss.
I feel like...
That's the worst loss ever.
I feel like USSR losing to men's hockey night. That's probably, for them, was probably a bad loss.
That's a great point. I did not think of that from a professional sports standpoint.
Okay.
But from all sports, you might have it with that.
I think it's still a little too early to tell.
Well, right, but I think Brandon's question is projecting.
Yes, I know, but like the Pats hit that little snag towards the end.
Yeah, they almost lost to the bad Baltimore team.
They weren't as dominant on those last 4 weeks or so.
I'll tell you what, the pressure really, mounts
absolutely.
Once you get to 10, 11, 12,
especially, I think they meet the Pats this year in week 11 or something.
Yeah, it's later on in the season, and the thing that I not fear, because I hope Denver loses, but if you are on Denver's side on this, the thing that I fear is once it gets cold in Denver. I mean, we've seen Peyton kind of choke before once the cold weather comes along. So that's my vote. Is the Pats in 07.
Gun to my...
And that's even if the Broncos win the Super Bowl, but they go 14-2 or something. I'll still say the Pats.
Gun to my head, I would say Patriots, but I'm looking, to see the next couple weeks to see what happens. All right, so we've had a couple good questions so far.
A couple great questions.
Let's go ahead. Let's grab this next caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing? All right, guys, I have 2 options for you. I want you to listen to the choices, pick which one you prefer, and explain your answer. Okay?
Got it.
And this is Coach Zach, I believe, of Falucha of the Handy Quacks. Is that correct?
Actually, this is Coach Anonymous.
Oh, shit. Sorry, son of a
That's
bitch.
okay. It's a 1-win Handy Quacks. I'm on the board.
Hey, you said you were Coach Anonymous.
Oh, shut up, bub. All right. Option A. You have the worst breath ever. Smells like a mixture of rotten eggs and a used diaper. The only time you can get rid of this bad breath is by chewing gum. However, when you're chewing this gum, to you, it tastes like dog poop. Okay? That's option A. Option B.